Value is the thing that you create, that thing you thrive for, that thing that makes you who you are. Value, creating value, that thing that everybody seek. But do you know your value? That is the question. Do you know who you are? What do you want? We're not talking about goals. We're talking about values. What do you value today? We're talking about if you are asking a person what are their goals, they will say, I want to be rich. How do you get rich? You have to have a value. What do you want your value in? What is your value? You can't just be rich by doing nothing unless you're born into it. And unfortunately, most of us are not born into it. So you have to create a value. Do you value being the best person on OnlyFans there ever was? And you're going to give out the best content. And to value that, that means you have to go out and promote and do what you have to do to be out there. Or a Twitch stream. Are you putting your clips on social media? Are you showing entertainment? Are you doing 24-hour streams? Are you listening back at your VODs? Are you doing whatever you can to make sure you have that value? What separates me to the thousands of other people who is doing this, who are doing the exact same thing, creating value? If you are an employee, how do you create value at your job? Can your job disrespect you without you asking? That is the question we are asking today. So what is this value? If I have a job working at the dollar store, but every weekend I wash cars, and I make $200 a weekend washing cars, if I always say that money, I got value in washing cars. I create more customers, different people come to me. All of a sudden that job disrespect me, or to put me on the place I could, I have another option. I can stream, I can do other sources of income. I create a value for myself. Or I learn different techniques at that job. I learn how to do the key. I just ask questions and I learn how to do it. That way, if they need somebody to do it, I'm able to do it. Therefore, I create a value within myself. Therefore, they can't get rid of me because I have been trained to do this, and the next person they look for this new opportunity, I'm the guy. If they don't, I can see that disrespect. I know how to do it now. I've been trained, and I can go somewhere else. I can offer my value somewhere else. That's creating value. In situations we've seen lately, some people be on situations where they're friends and they get together and they do things, but they don't create a value. Therefore, their friends think they're valueless. Therefore, they have situations. Therefore, people make fun of them for it. Therefore, they get joked for it. Yet, they have a value, but we don't know it. Now they have to build that value up and prove their value when people doubt them, and that's hard to do. It's hard to create value after the value. Because if people are allowed to say somebody else made you or did something for you, they will always have value over you. Same with any job. The person who has no work ethic also has a value. They are almost guaranteed to stay at that job. That's why that job values them more than you. You've seen if you work hard and you see a person at your same job that don't work hard, they don't get fired. They tend to not have that much issue. Why? Because they know that person is there. That person has no ambition. That person will be here for 2 or 3 years. You often see people that don't work hard be at jobs for years. Why? Because they know that person there. Whereas you work hard, they say you have ambition. You might want to go somewhere else. So we're going to work you, train you, make sure you're good. So if we promote you, we promote you. But if you don't, we don't. That's a value. It's a worthless value. You still don't get paid $10 an hour in 20 years from now, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's creating a value. In your relationship, do you value? Do people have values these days? Do you value being a wife or a husband? Is that something we value now? Are most of y'all looking to do your own thing, or are you looking to be in a relationship in true love with somebody? Do you value being in a place to love someone? Because honestly, it appears most people don't. They want people to be valued to them, but they don't want to be valued to the other person. We all talk about a high value man or a high value woman. What is your value in that same situation? Do you create a value for your husband? Do you create a value for your wife? Can you provide for your family if you're a husband? Can you provide if you're a wife? Can you cook if you're a husband? Can you cook if you're a wife? What value are providing? Because sooner or later, if you don't do nothing, they're going to find somebody to value them better. They're going to find a higher value. Because if you do nothing, anything can be higher than nothing. And some people don't find value in anything. Do they value you? That's also a question. If I provide a value, do you value me? And I gotta understand what my value is. Understanding my value is just as important as creating a value. Because if I understand that I'm not valuable to anybody in a job or a relationship or any situation I'm in, I'm easily expendable. Whereas if I create a value and I know I'm valuable, oh, you can't talk to me like that. Then when you start looking at other options or even insinuating to me about they're calling you. Oh, we didn't mean it like that, they say. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. That's creating a value. Again, we're talking about a value. We're talking about your values. We're using those terms together. I know they're not the same meaning, but they are the same word. But they kind of can intertwine them. If you talk a lot behind people's back, are you creating a value? You are. You're going to be around gospels. You're going to have a lot of gospels around you. Everybody want to gossip. Everybody want to talk. You want to diss me behind the back. And then you develop untrustworthy people. Then all of a sudden, that person that you trust saying things behind your back. I'm always aware when people say things about other people to me, that I understand that they might be talking about me to them. That's understanding. I'm never surprised because I already understand it. I understand what their value is. Their value is giving me information. So if I give them certain information but don't give them all the information, they can be useful, but you don't want to attract too much of that energy, you know what I mean? So, what is your value? I want everyone to think about that. What is high value? What is the focus of what you want to do in your life, and how do you get there? If I want an education, if I want to be a doctor, I'm going to value my education. If I want to be a Twitch streamer, I'm going to value my videos and my stream, and I'm going to try to make it look the best it can. Or I will constantly look at my vibes to see things I'm doing that I cringe at and things I'm doing that I feel like people enjoy. I look at chat participation when I'm doing certain things. But versus if I'm doing this, am I looking too sad too often? Does that bring the stream numbers down? Does that do that? People say that's obsessive and not good, but at the same time, that's you studying your own self. You practice something 1,000,000 times, you become it. So if you want bad habits, you practice it 1,000,000 times. You do it every time you stream, or you do a YouTube video, or you do your job, or you do finance, or whatever it is in your life. If you do it 1,000,000 times wrong, you do it wrong. Therefore, you lose value in what you do. You're streaming and you got this goal, and I want to be a big streamer or a decent sized streamer or a big YouTuber or a decent sized YouTuber, but I never try to improve. I set myself up for failure because I create a negative value in my life. Think about it: profits, revenues, loss, assets, and liabilities. You doing bad behavior continuously on your YouTube channel or your stream is a liability. If I constantly have a noise, but I never check my body, know the noise is annoying, and people don't want to come to my stream, I'm losing. If I'm only playing games and I'm not interacting quick enough, if I leave somebody on the stream for 5 hours and I don't interact with them, and then they leave, that's on me. That's a liability. I'm not creating an asset. I'm creating a liability. I'm creating less value for my stream. Same thing with anything else you do. I mentioned OnlyFans earlier. Same thing. Same thing with everything you do in your life. Am I creating value? So I want you to think, what is my value? How do I create more of a value? And then understanding that value that I'm at, and then turn around and only accepting that value back. That's all I'm saying. I hope y'all enjoy my little TED Talks. We're going to start doing these every Thursday. I'm sorry I'm a little late this week. We're going to try to do these Thursday. And then I'm going to try to get some vlogs, some reaction channel. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Overall 99 Media. Link is in the description. Follow me over there. It's in my link tree. So just follow me over there. I'm there at least every day. Instead of once a week here or twice a week, I'm going to give y'all a reaction video probably sooner than Thursday. But hopefully, maybe even on Thursday. But I want y'all to think about that. I want you to think about your value And hopefully I create enough value so you will like and subscribe. And I hope that I'm a high value enough entertainer that you enjoyed my speech and you thought about what I said. Hopefully it helps you. That's my hope. But if not, I'm gonna work on it. We're gonna watch the vibe. Like, tell me in the comments anything you need me to work on. If it's a certain noise or something that annoys you, the song too loud or anything, let me know so I can work on it, because I don't want that to become a liability. And I hope this advice helps you. I honestly do. And please, like I said again, like and subscribe. Go like and subscribe to Overall 99 UT. Overall 99 Media now. You can go to youtube.com for Overall 99 UT. And thank you for listening to my little talk. We'll do one next week. Next week's topic is the power of manipulation. We're going to speak on manipulation. And I hope you start understanding a little bit more about yourself. I love you. Remember to keep stomping. Why? Today something amazing can happen. You can change the world. Peace.